welcome to the online volunteer orientation for SFC Virginia Animal Rescue. This video is intended to give you a brief introduction to our HQ space, show you how to sign in and out for your volunteer shifts, show you some of our communication tools, and demonstrate how to use our volunteer dashboard, which will be your portal for all upcoming volunteer opportunities, including events, daily shifts at HQ, dog walking, off-site cat shifts, and more. If you haven't yet watched our volunteer program overview video, please stop now and start there. This video is linked under the training section here in Better Impact and is also available on the volunteer page of our website, as well as our volunteer program YouTube channel. It will give you a brief rundown of who we are and many of the core volunteer duties within our organization so that you have a better idea of what areas you'd like to focus on. In today's orientation, we will give you more of a nuts and bolts walkthrough of how to begin your volunteer experience. After completing this video and follow-up questions, an admin will confirm that you have finished this aspect of training, and then you'll be able to see available shifts and get started.
The first thing you'll do as an SFC volunteer is sign up for and complete a Jumpstart shift at our HQ building, which is located at 9916 Brock Road, Spotsylvania, Virginia, 22553. Please note that if you are signing up as a remote volunteer only, we will bypass this portion and provide you with additional information and training separately. Jumpstart shifts are held multiple times each week and can be attended by up to 5 new volunteers at a time. You only need to attend one of these to be able to sign up for other types of event roles and opportunities. At the Jumpstart shift, we will give you a tour of our space, introduce you to the animals on site, talk about upcoming events and projects, answer any questions, and have you help with some basic tasks of the day, which may include dog walking or playtime, cat care, laundry, dishes, and more.
To sign up for a Jumpstart shift on your volunteer dashboard, scroll over to the Opportunities tab. You will have the option to look at the various volunteer shifts in list form or calendar form, whatever is easier for you. On the calendar view, you will see Jumpstart shifts across a number of different days. Simply click the activity and select Sign Up to enroll for this shift. Under List View, you will see Jumpstart Shift under Volunteer Training. Select this option and find a date that works for you from the list. Click Sign Up to get started. A member of our team will be alerted when you sign up for shifts and will be expecting you on that day.
Now that you have signed up for a shift, you will see that shift on the Schedule tab on your volunteer dashboard. If you need to remove yourself from a shift due to scheduling conflicts or otherwise, please do so under this tab so that we are no longer expecting you. You will use this feature for all types of shifts going forward. In preparation for your Jumpstart shift, please wear clothes you don't mind getting dirty and closed-toed shoes. We have volunteer t-shirts available in many sizes for $10 to cover the cost, so please ask for one when you come by if the team member helping you doesn't offer. If you cannot currently afford one but do intend to volunteer at public events where SFC representation matters, please let us know and we're happy to provide one for you. When you arrive at SFC HQ for the first time, please park in our lot closest to the road. Both sides of the driveway are paved and available for use. Please remember to lock your vehicle. As you walk down the driveway, you will first see our office space on the left. This is currently being used as an isolation space for dogs with kennel cough until we are able to afford the build-out of a better isolation area. Please do not enter this building unless you are specifically going in to care for those dogs. The next building you will see is what we generally refer to as HQ. Our foster volunteer entrance has a sign out front and will be your primary entrance as a volunteer. You'll be given the door code at your Jumpstart shift. This will also be available on our Facebook group and in the volunteer dashboard on Better Impact. Though the building has at least one staff member present between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily, volunteers are welcome to come anytime between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. depending on their availability. New volunteers who may need additional assistance or enjoy working with others are encouraged to come in regular staffed hours until you get comfortable in the space.
Bay 3 is the landing zone for all HQ activities. Here we have a couple of lockers, cubbies, and many hooks available for volunteers to leave coats, jackets, etc. during their visit to HQ. Please use best judgment and leave valuables at home or safely locked in a vehicle, as there is not always someone in this space watching your belongings. This space houses all of our foster supplies, including food, treats, toys, pee pads, scales, and more, and foster parents are welcome to come in to grab what they need at any time. In this space you will also find foster contracts, dog for a day waivers if you plan to take a dog off property, and a QR code to scan to sign in for your volunteer shift.
Pull out your phone and scan the QR code on the wall, which will lead you to the simple time clock through Better Impact. Use your username and password to sign in. If you haven't signed up in advance, no problem at all. Drop-ins are always welcome. If you have already signed up for a shift, you'll see the scheduled activity listed there. Simply select it to sign in and start the time clock. If you don't see the activity you are doing or have not yet signed up, select Show All Activities to get more activities to choose from. You'll do the same thing when you're ready to sign out.
If you plan to handle dogs during your shift, please grab a walkie-talkie from the desk in Bay 3 and make sure it's on and tuned to Channel 2. All staff members on site have walkie-talkies and are available for questions or to help if you are in need of urgent assistance.
Every day at HQ, we have multiple standard shifts and activities that take place, starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 6 p.m. From 9 to 11, we have AM rotation, where all of our dogs have potty breaks, cat areas are refreshed, and everyone is fed, watered, and cleaned. During this time, we will also do play groups for almost all the dogs in our care. During the middle of the day, we work on dishes, laundry, filling Kongs and other enrichment tools, general upkeep and organization, as well as any projects or activities that typically happen that day, such as intake, spay-neuter drop-off, event preparation, and more. We may also do more extended play groups, or if we have enough volunteers, one-on-one time with an HQ dog in one of our smaller play yards. With just one staff member on shift most days after 1 p.m., we are very limited in the amount of time out of kennels that our HQ dogs receive, especially if we have a full house. If you love dogs and don't mind throwing a tennis ball, taking one out on a walk or a car ride, or just around the property for photo shoots and one-on-one enrichment, this greatly enhances their time with us. From 4:30 to 6, we do PM rotation, where everyone once again gets let out for a potty break, and then they get dinner before lights out. Step through the doors to find Bay 2, our intake bay. This is where our vaccine appointments and intake exams happen, and where all of our vaccines, dewormers, wound care kits, first aid kits, probiotics and supplements, and more are kept. Currently, felines that are waiting for foster pickup are also housed in this space, in the cat condos toward the rear of the room. We have 2 intake stations, both of which are stocked to support appointments for both dogs and cats. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, this space is a bustle of activity with animals and with people, and tons of opportunities to help out. On Wednesdays, starting at 2:30 p.m., we welcome our new animals as they are transported in from our partner shelters. Our intake day typically lasts 2 to 3 hours. Each animal is typically bathed and undergoes an intake exam from a trained member of our team, where they are given vaccinations, treatments such as flea and tick prevention, dewormer, or heartworm prevention, a heartworm or combo test if over the age of 6 months, and a microchip. Next, they are fed and put into new crates to await their fosters. Fosters begin picking up at 4:30 p.m., and volunteers are welcome to participate in pickup by helping pack and load supplies, get foster contracts signed, and more. On Thursdays, the action happens between 3 and 6 p.m. when many of our animals out in foster homes return to HQ in preparation for spay-neuter surgeries, which take place on Fridays. Most weeks, we receive anywhere from 20 to 50 animals back from fosters within this 3-hour window and must get them set up in travel crates, update their vaccinations and treatments, give everyone a name tag and a crate label, and sometimes a bath or two for pups that get carsick on the drive. We also have to do our regular PM rotation for the animals that were already on site. So as you can imagine, it gets quite busy. We're always looking for volunteers to help with any of these activities to help share the workload so that we can get out on time and the animals can get plenty of rest before surgery day.
Continuing on our journey through HQ, we'll step into Bay 1, which houses our kitchen and food prep areas, enrichment creation station, dishwashing station, linen shelving, bathtub, and laundry station. These are all fairly simple, but very important daily tasks we always need help with, and an easy place to jump in as a new volunteer. You'll find instructions for washing dishes and doing laundry on large posters above each area, but we'll also demonstrate during your jumpstart shift. In the fridge, you will find water bottles for volunteers, and in the freezer side, you can find enrichment treats for dogs, such as peanut butter Kongs. If we're out, that's a great place to start, as we always need more made. There is almost never a shortage of tasks to do in this space, and even an hour or two of time can make a big difference.
If you do run out of ideas or obvious things to do, check out the daily to-do list on the door between Bay 1 and the Kennel Bay. It contains a pretty comprehensive list of possible tasks that we try to touch on every day.
Behind the HQ building is our carport space, which we use to house all of our crates and cat carriers, as well as the lawnmower and power washer. This is also our power washing area. All of the crates we use each week are power washed and bleached prior to being put back on the shelves for the next use. This is a weekly task that we'd love help with anytime. Our 5-acre property also needs weekly lawn mowing and weed whacking, so if you love to work outdoors and have a couple extra hours each week, there's always a need for lawn maintenance. The final bay in our HQ is referred to as the Kennel Bay. This space houses our new canine arrivals that are awaiting foster pickup. After 7 days in the Kennel Bay, if not picked up by a foster parent, anyone still remaining and healthy will be moved down to our general population housing in the basement space, where they can participate in playgroups with other dogs and get socialization prior to adoption. We strive to keep the Kennel Bay as open as possible, as our primary goal is to have animals living in foster homes while they await a family of their own. On average, SFC has around 180 animals in care at any given time, and 10 to 15% of them are typically housed at HQ. The dogs that remain at HQ longer term are typically medium and large adult dogs that have a harder time finding a foster or adoptive home, animals receiving critical medical care, or pets with contagious, non-life-threatening illnesses such as ringworm that need quarantine space while they recover. Outside of the building, as you head toward the rear of the property, we have 3 large play yards, commonly referred to as Play Yard 1, Play Yard 2, and Kachansky Town. The Kachansky Town Play Yard includes a shed with heat and AC and a kennel space. This play yard and shed were designed to provide a different style of housing for dogs that are deteriorating in the kennel environment. Play yards 1 and 2 are readily available for use during the day for volunteers who'd like to bring a dog or two out and spend some one-on-one time with them, throwing a ball, taking photos for their profiles, or just getting to know them. If you are out for an extended time during hot weather, please make sure your yard is equipped with water bowls for the dogs. There is a water spigot directly in front of Play Yard 2 for refills. On the other side of the main residence, you will find the basement entrance. The first half of the basement space contains multiple quarantine rooms in which trained fosters, volunteers, and staff care for pets on medication for serious or contagious illness such as parvovirus, calicivirus, ringworm, and more. You will hear us refer to these as ISO 1, ISO 2, and ISO 3. Please do not enter ISO 1 at any time unless you have been trained to treat parvovirus and have specifically been asked to handle those animals. ISO 2 is generally accessible for volunteers, but please verify with a staff member before interacting with animals housed there. There is also a bathroom between ISO 1 and ISO 2, which is available for anyone's use. This bathroom contains a shower available to volunteers as well. Please feel free to use this space to shower or change in the event that you become contaminated or after volunteer in the parvovirus space, or are otherwise in need of a refresh or change of clothes before heading home or moving on to other volunteer duties. On the other side of the basement, we have a large open kennel space that contains our general population dogs. There are 9 5x5 kennel spaces available in this space, along with laundry, a feeding station, an upright freezer for enrichment tools such as peanut butter Kongs, and storage shelves. The ISO 3 space is commonly used for smaller dogs in the general population unless it is being used for illness. This side of the basement has a dedicated play yard right outside. Our team does daily play groups with the basement dogs during the AM rotation, and depending on the current personalities down there, often during the PM rotation as well. Unless otherwise indicated, all of these dogs can enjoy time outside their kennels with a volunteer in any of our play yards or out for an off-site trip at any time. Some dogs in this space may need initial introductions to new people or have handling sensitivities that are important to know about prior to interacting with them. Please ask an HQ staff member to introduce you to our current residents prior to letting dogs out. You will also find a large whiteboard in the basement space detailing the standard playgroup order.
Some general reminders about dog handling. Never stick your fingers through the kennel bars or place your hands directly up to the kennels. Do not combine dogs in playgroups prior to being trained on playgroups or without a second person present. Please read the playgroups board to understand who can go out together.
When multiple dogs are out in playgroups, both playgroup monitors must have tool belts and easy access to the water spray bottles in the event that correction is needed. Never use your hands to break up an argument between dogs. Lead dogs outside on leash and never remove collars. Make sure you have your walkie-talkie on before taking dogs out of their kennels so that you can communicate with others on site if you need help.
Some dogs in our care do have bite histories or other behavioral concerns, some of which may present in our environment and some which won't. All dogs are listed on the whiteboard by our feeding station, along with a dot indicating their ease of handling. Green dot dogs are easily handled by almost anyone. Yellow dot dogs will not often be found in the basement, as this indicates that they are no paws on the ground and not allowed outside. This is typically specific to young, under-vaccinated puppies. Pink dot dogs have demonstrated stranger danger or are otherwise shy, under-socialized, or a flight risk. Red dot dogs should only be handled by staff members. If you are uncomfortable handling a dog based on their kennel behavior, that is okay. We want everyone to feel safe and enjoy their time with our dogs, and usually have dogs of many sizes and temperaments to choose from. However, please know that kennel behavior is often just that: environment-specific behavior due to lack of exercise, stress, noise, the desire for more interaction, or boredom. Volunteers are so important to helping eliminate kennel stress and making our animals more adoptable by taking them out and about and giving them important enrichment time and positive interactions with new people. It's critical that you do not judge the dogs based on how they may present in this environment. If a staff member or experienced volunteer is available to help you get a stressed dog out of their kennel and to a calmer location for you to engage with them, please utilize them as a resource. The available shift types you will be able to sign up for every day at HQ are the AM rotation, midday, PM rotation, and dog walking or playtime. Dog walking or playtime is unscheduled, so it can be completed at any time during the day. In addition, you will find volunteer opportunities at HQ specifically for Wednesday intake, Thursday spay-neuter drop-off, Friday return from spay-neuter and event prep, and Saturday morning event loading. You can sign up in advance or on the spot for any of these on the volunteer portal using the Opportunities tab. Using the volunteer portal and recording your hours helps us keep track of community support, allows us to write volunteer hours letters for those that need one, and helps you keep track of your own hours and see the contributions you've made. An accurate understanding of volunteer support is important to the organization when it comes time to apply for grants, so your assistance in keeping your portal up to date is very much appreciated. Because we do not have a facility that is open to the public and the majority of our animals are living in foster care, our adoption events are paramount to being able to get our pets into new homes. We do at least 2 adoption events every weekend, a networked event and a main PetSmart event, both conducted on Saturdays. Frequently, we will also hold Sunday events at a secondary PetSmart location and also hold community events at least twice a month at various venues in the area. Each type of event has a different vibe and allows us to bring different types, sizes, and personalities of animals depending on the space and the expected audience. Because we do so many adoption events, this is a huge area of need for volunteers. While these events can be slightly overwhelming for a first-time volunteer, we have plenty of experienced folks who are able to help show you the ropes until you are comfortable, confident, and readily able to help our pets find homes. Community events tend to be more laid back and slower paced, so if you are looking for a way to get your feet wet and see what events are all about, you may consider starting there. These events are held at local businesses, breweries, festivals, and more, particularly during spring, summer, and fall. Typically, adult dogs, including dogs that don't do well in the busier PetSmart locations, attend these community events, so volunteers are needed as dog handlers as well as for outreach. Community event opportunities will be listed on our volunteer Facebook group as well as in your volunteer portal. Our networked event is a shorter event taking place between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. every Saturday at the PetSmart in North Fredericksburg or South Stafford, 27 South Gateway Drive. This event is intended to finalize the adoptions for adopters who have already met their chosen pet, including foster fails, and those who have previously had meet and greets with the foster parent and the animal. We will also conduct meet and greets with potential adopters who have previously submitted an application and scheduled an appointment via one of our dedicated case managers. Adoptions as well as foster to adopts can be processed on site. The volunteer needs for these events include 1 to 2 adoption processors, along with 2 to 3 volunteers who can help with meet and greets and assist in unloading and loading our van. We always have at least 1 experienced volunteer there who can help show you the ropes, so don't be afraid to sign up even if it's your first time. You can sign up for the networked events via the volunteer portal. If you want to jump right into the big time, you're welcome to get started at our main PetSmart adoption events. These events have anywhere from 15 to 35 animals on site, including dogs, cats, puppies, and kittens. We have multiple volunteer roles at these events: event lead, adoption processors, cat gurus, canine specialists, and puppy wranglers. The more volunteers, the better. We typically like to have at least 2 cat gurus, 5 to 10 canine specialists, and 2 to 3 puppy wranglers at all times so that we can make sure the adult dogs are able to be out of crates and walking inside and outside the store to attract potential adopters. Puppies are kept in play pens during the events and require monitoring to make sure there are no escapees and that messes are cleaned up timely. Cats and kittens are kept in crates or cat towers and require just enough volunteers to discuss them with interested people. These events run from 12 to 4 on Saturdays and 1 to 4 on various Sundays. Volunteers are welcome to stay the whole time or even just drop in for a couple of hours to help out. We also need assistance with unloading and loading the van 15 minutes before and after each event. You can see all upcoming PetSmart event opportunities on the volunteer portal. When you arrive for your shift, check in with the event lead and let them know which area you'd most like to help with. You will receive a lanyard with your designated role and a QR code to our website, which is helpful to adopters when they start the application process. If you are handling an adult dog, kennel cards, bios, and any relevant memos will be given to you so that you can discuss the dog and its known history and personality with potential adopters. This is the fun part of rescue, finding families and making matches. Even if you can only make one Saturday a month or even every other month, we'd love to have your help as an event volunteer. Opportunities to help are posted on our SFC VA Volunteers Facebook group as well as in your volunteer portal. Once you become comfortable with the flow of adoption events, if you'd like to assist in a more focused role, we will gladly train you as an adoption processor or event lead. The more folks we have able to fill these roles, the more adoption events we can have, and the more animals that can find homes. Please talk to a leader on the events team if you're interested in assisting in this way. SFC has cats available for adoption at the PetSmart in Central Park in Fredericksburg, as well as the Petco in Harrison Crossing, also in Fredericksburg. These off-site cat condos are a great way to showcase our adoption-ready felines since we do not have a public space for visitors to meet, and because many adult cats do not do well at larger adoption events. There is a daily volunteer shift from 4 to 6 at each location, although the actual time required may vary depending on the number of cats and the overall level of messiness. The off-site cats volunteers tidy up, feed, play with, take photos of, and interact with the cats that are held at these condos so that they look and feel their best in hopes of finding a home. This is a great, quick opportunity to help some felines and is an independent volunteer opportunity that doesn't require much, if any, people interaction. So if you love cats, but events are just a little too people-y, this may just be the job for you. To get started with the Offsite Cats team, please email Stephanie to sign up for a learning or mentor shift. Once that is completed, you will be able to sign up for your own shifts via the volunteer portal or the Offsite Cats Google spreadsheet, which will be shared with you after that training shift. We know that some of you aren't local or aren't able to get to an event or to our HQ in person to help out in those ways. We have multiple opportunities for remote volunteers, including foster case management, uploading scanned documents into our shelter software, social media assistance, and donor relations. A job description for the foster case manager role is available in the files of the volunteer portal. If you are interested in this role, please email our foster team. If you are interested in one of our other remote tasks or have other ideas or skill sets that you'd like to contribute remotely or in person, please email us at volunteer@sfcva.org. The list that we've just gone over is in no way comprehensive, and we are always open to suggestions and ways that people can help us make this mission a success. As we come to the conclusion of this video, we want you to take away one big thing. This is a small team. We need help. We don't have it all figured out. If you see an area you think you can improve, big or small, come be part of the solution and help us in this effort. If you see something you don't like, talk to us about it and help make the change. If you have questions, please ask. We need go-getters, visionaries, people with experience, and people with ideas just as much as we need those of you who just want to come in for a few hours, walk dogs, clean litter boxes, and help enrich the lives of our animals while they're waiting for homes. Working together in a positive, effective, and affirming way is the only way we can continue to make a difference for animals in our region, and it takes every single one of us to make it happen. Before you go, we'd like to go ahead and review our values as an organization and our hope that all volunteers and staff will uphold these values as we work together to combat the suffering of homeless pets.
Positivity and enthusiasm. Assume everyone you interact with is a potential foster, volunteer, adopter, or donor. Keep it positive. Love what we do and let it show. Enthusiasm is infectious. Stay optimistic. Always look ahead to see what's next, and don't let setbacks get you down.
Number 2, work hard, play hard. Have fun. Our work can be difficult and exhausting, but it should always be fun too. Remember that an exercise dog is a happy dog. Find balance in your life and in rescue, and aim for excellence, settle for nothing less.
See it, fix it, do it, own it. We are a solution-oriented organization. If you see something you can fix, take the initiative to make it happen. Be organized, purposeful, and driven in your work.
Collaboration. Fosters and volunteers are the backbone of our efforts. Together, we can build a tight-knit community driven by shared commitment to animal welfare. Support each other through the wins and the losses. Respect each other's methods and input. No efforts are too small or experience too little to make a difference. Always work toward a positive, welcoming, and compassionate environment. Forge positive partnerships with others who are committed to animal welfare.
And finally, integrity and authenticity. Embrace responsibility, action, and unwavering integrity in every interaction. Remember who we are here to help. Set high expectations for yourself and the organization, and be accountable. Be the example of the standard you expect.
Thank you so much for attending this virtual orientation. The next step in your journey is to sign up for a Jumpstart shift. After you answer the questions below, please head over to the Opportunities tab on your volunteer portal, where you will see all upcoming Jumpstart shifts listed for you to sign up. If no times work for you, please email us at volunteer@sfcva.org with your availability, and we'll work with you to find an alternative day and time. If you want to work on remote tasks only, please email us at that same email address after you have completed the questions below with the tasks you'd like to work on, and we'll be in touch to get you started. We're so excited to continue to save lives together. Welcome to the team.